Hi viewers and listeners and learners. Now today we are going to be covering the topic commonly made mistakes in the Bravo Easy to Learn English course of today. Now we've been learning like the seriousness of how to use the grammar in English. Now today's exercise is pretty light to say the common mistakes we make. Now you, I, everyone makes these mistakes, and it's easy to make the mistakes and we realize how silly we've been in using the words without even thinking about it. So I think I've got about 10 exercises. I just want to take a few lines of the sentence to see how it's done wrong and how it should be done right. Okay, so it's quite a light exercise today. Hope to have a good time doing it. Common mistakes. I've got two sentences here on the board. I'm sure as you're reading itself, you'll be having a laugh thinking, oh my God, I've done the same mistake before. First one, I have visited Niagara Falls last weekend. This is a very common mistake a lot of people say when they visited a place. I have. The way to say it is, I visited Niagara Falls last week. Now, why is this wrong and why is this right? He, she, it will have the has. We, they will have the plural of have. So here it's a singular, it's me, I. So I cannot have next to me, right? So it have to be I visited. If I'm making a statement, it should be I visited Niagara Falls last weekend. I should not say I have visited because I'm a single person here and I will not have the plural tense added on to it. Second one, she has married with a dentist. She can't marry with the dentist. She can live with the dentist. She can live together with him, but she can't marry with the dentist. So we have to say she has married to a dentist. So she has married herself to the dentist, to a dentist, not with the dentist. So this is like the common, very easy to make this mistake because we don't think of the seriousness of the grammar when we are making a sentence. We think, speaking language can be any way. It's not so. There is some rules and regulations even when we speak. We can't speak colloquial English. It is not allowed, even though we make that mistake doing it. So just let's correct this. Okay, so next time you're trying to make a sentence or try to speak to somebody, remember the grammar that has to go with it. So these common mistakes are a few I'm going to pick on today so that you can see where we are going wrong and where we should be going right. Example 3. She was boring in the class. That is wrong. She was bored in the class is correct. Now why is that? She was is past tense, something that has happened. Boring is present tense, that's something that's happening now. So you cannot mix two tenses. Either you have to say in the present tense, which can be she is boring in the class. It makes sense because both are happening now. Or she was bored in the class. So that is the reason, how it has to become bored because this was, which was past tense. I must to call him immediately. That is wrong. You don't need to add on because I must call him. There's always specifically a saying, that you must do something. So there's no need for you to say the to it. So the right way of saying is I must call him immediately. Although it's a conjunction of two statements makes a joint is although, because these are the words that joins the sentence together. So read this. Although it was raining, but we had the picnic. Now that is wrong. Although it was raining, you don't need another conjunction word. So the right way of saying is although it was raining, we had the picnic, because there's already one conjunction word there already, which makes sense to it. So there's no need for addition. So, but these are the mistakes, common mistakes people make. So we should stop doing that. So let me summarize these three. She was boring in the class. So this past tense and present tense cannot go together. So we have to either stick to present tense or we have to stick to past tense. So the correct way of saying this particular sentence is she was bored in the class. I must call him immediately. What usually happens is, the word have gets confused with must. So if I'm using the word have here, if I'm using the word have, then it makes sense. I have to call him immediately. But if I'm not using the word, then I cannot say this. Must cannot go in conjunction with to, but have can. So I have to say I must call him immediately. Although, as I said to you, it's a conjunction word, combines two statements together. It was raining, but we had the picnic. This is very common mistake people make. It should not be, because you can only have one conjunction word for two statements. So we have to say, although it was raining, we had the picnic. Now let's look at some more examples to make it a little bit more clear to you. Sixth example. Sixth, seventh and eighth examples, if you can see, very commonly made mistakes. And it's broken English, it's colloquial English, it is not grammatical at all. I like very much ice cream. When a person is a foreigner and he finds the language difficult and he doesn't know where to mix the words and which should get the priority first, which should go back. This is how they would speak. I like very much ice cream. Because for him, he just wants to get across the point that he likes the ice cream. He doesn't care how he is putting it, but that is wrong. So how he should say is, I like ice cream, because the substance he likes is ice cream. Okay, so that has to come before. How much he likes about it, after. So I like ice cream very much. Seventh one, where I can find a bank. Now this is another common mistakes that you would have heard people saying, or even you would have said it yourself, because you need to know where the bank is. Okay, so you just want to say where I can find a bank. No, it's not so. It should be where can I find a bank, because it's a question you're asking. So where can I, right? Because the can will come before to I to see where the bank is. Where can I find a bank? Where can I find the school? Where can I find the cinema? It's not that where I can find. Eighth example we have, when I will arrive, I will call you. We don't need the will twice. When I arrive, I will call you. So these are like some commonly spoken, wrongly spoken English mistakes that we make. So just read them through one more time. I'll read it with you, so you can just, it sits in yourself, and you understand where we are going wrong. Because in English, sometimes it's very difficult to explain why, but there's rules and regulations we have to follow. So here, I like very much ice cream is wrong. It's totally wrong. I like ice cream, because that's what you like, very much. Where I can find a bank, it's wrong, because what you're asking is where is the bank. So where can I find a bank? When I will arrive, I will call you. Wrong, because you're repeating will twice. So when I arrive, I will call you. And we're going to look for a couple more examples, so that you can I'm trying to make it as simple as possible by putting two more examples, so we can see where we are making the common mistakes without realizing that we are making the mistake.